Hello, it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to the channel and let's do freshest PSVR news in the village. As always, I'm hoping you all keeping well, keeping safe, playing some good PlayStation VR games, and of course PlayStation VR games, it's what we are going to talk about today. Before I start, let me remind you, we've got official channel merch, Only Gamer in the Village, link is the description. You can actually also go to the store page on my YouTube channel page and check out if there's anything you like it. If you do, buy it and then let me know on the Twitter, tag yourself in if you want Twitter so I can have a look, retweet it. I designed this merch because I was thinking it's gonna be fitting the channel. I was asked for a many months about the merch, so finally I've had a chance to do it. I hope you like it. Also, another announcement. I know you're waiting for Golem results giveaway. This is gonna happen during PSVR Super Show, which meant to be yesterday. Of course, as you know, I just had a baby, so everything, all the schedule is all over the place. Hopefully, I'll be able to do it tomorrow, but as of now, whoever didn't enter it yet, go to latest episode of PSVR Super Show and you can enter Golem giveaway from down there, and then I try to do results hopefully tomorrow or on Wednesday. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's do some PlayStation VR news, and we starting from brand new game announcement. Finally something got announced, and this is coming from Ivanovich Games, and this game is called Pangman. Pangman is a kind of virtual reality take on a classic game Pang, when there was spheres and you have to shoot them with your hook gun, and then the spheres becoming as smaller spheres if you shoot them. Spheres, I don't know how to say it, but anyway, so that's what's happening. This is basically taking classic arcade game and putting it in VR so you can enjoy it even more. Ivanovich Games, of course, very experienced studio when it comes to releasing PlayStation VR games. They've done Operation Warcade, Sea of Memories, Beat Blaster, Touring Cards. This is their latest offering, but of course they, I think, working on something else as well. So we know that this studio delivers kind of indie games, but also the ones that got a lot of replayability. And also what they do is always packing a lot of content into their games. And Pangman itself, it's gonna have 140 levels. You're not gonna have to play by yourself because it will support co-op as well, so you'll be able to enjoy it with your friends. The story of this game goes: the aliens come attack Earth and you can only you can defend it, and those aliens are spherical round balls, and you have to chop them in half and make sure they all disappear. So the game is scheduled to be released in Q3 2020, not that far away. Another little indie offering for all of the PlayStation VR owners, and if you like the studio Ivanovich Games, then you're probably gonna like this game. I've never got disappointed by any of their offerings. I know they are on got this very indie vibe, but also their games got very nice arcade gameplay into them. I still love Operation Warcade, even though they kind of broke the sound with one of the patches, but still very good game supporting aim. This one of course won't support aim because you need two controllers, but if you got 3D ruler, it will support 3D ruler as well. So this is the Pangman, but that's not everything of course I want to talk about. Now we're gonna talk about Minecraft VR, something what many of you probably are here for, that's why you probably clicked on this video. So the latest in Minecraft VR PlayStation VR Edition saga continues. As of now, still nothing official from the developer, so we can kind of go by those leaks. We can try to do our own investigation work and just see what's happening in Minecraft world. So latest about Minecraft VR is that the game gonna be ended on Gear VR. So the VR support from Gear VR is ending. I don't even know if anyone still uses Gear VR. So what the developer is gonna do, they're gonna stop everything, basically they're gonna stop updating the game. You'll still be able to play single player in VR on Gear VR, but Minecraft single player, I don't think it's that good. I don't know, I don't play Minecraft, but I'm assuming it's so popular thanks to the multiplayer. But anyway, so that's out of the way, Gear VR won't happen. And this brings us to this PlayStation VR, because if they ending it on one virtual reality device, maybe they're gonna bring it to another virtual reality device, which is PlayStation VR. As we know, the game actually runs on Oculus Quest as well, but the developers never released it. I think John Carmack had it running, had it done, but Microsoft and Mojang, they've been like, we're not doing it. So I don't know what's gonna happen with PlayStation VR version. All we know, we can go by the leaks. So the beta was leaked, and apparently it's included PlayStation VR support, which is pretty much ready. And also lately on GameStat website, which shows you what's getting uploaded to Sony's servers, the brand new beta for Minecraft was uploaded, so many people suspect that might be that beta with VR support. And also now we can add it to those speculation, the fact that the developer ending the Gear VR support, which means maybe they're gonna move their resources to other VR platforms. So that would be nice. Will it happen? Will it not? We have to wait. Gear VR support supposed to end in October, so maybe if you see Minecraft VR on PlayStation VR, maybe it's gonna be as far away as in October. Nobody knows. But as always, stay tuned to the channel. As soon as I got anything, then I'll be passing it on. But also myself, I'm waiting from the official information from the developers, so we don't have to go by those leaks. They don't replying about it at the moment, so you know, they're keeping something to themselves. I'm assuming if they got game running on PSVR, then surely they would have to release it. But saying that, I said it runs on Quest as well, and nobody want to release that build. So we just have to wait and see what happens in the future. Stay tuned. I'll be trying to update you as soon as I know and as regular as possible. But anyway, moving on to the another game, we're gonna talk about Iron Man VR and actually talk about Iron Man 2 VR. So the developers did interview with Upload VR. I'm gonna link it in the description. And basically, long story cut short, I let you read it all what the interview says by yourself. But what they saying is, if the game performs well, then they definitely opened to a sequel. Now, this interview contains few spoilers, so I don't want to get into much to it because I don't know if all of you finished the game yet. But basically, the developers saying they are open to making another Iron Man VR game. And also they saying it depends on what Sony gonna think, what Marvel gonna think, you know, all their partners. They have to see what happens. Will the game perform well? I'm assuming it already did, because on the release week it's been number 2 in UK sales chart, and it was only outsold by The Last of Us 2, which is of course a massive release. So it did very, very well, outsold every other game, and that includes, you know, flat and VR games. So I'm assuming when it comes to success, the success is already here. When it comes to sequel, it depends if Sony, Marvel and everyone else wants to do it. I know when I looking at Metacritic for Iron Man VR, every day the score from the player getting lower, because players themselves kind of, many of them don't enjoy the fact that there's not that much enemy variety, also those loading times. Graphically, it's not super awesome as well. It's not that AAA game what we was promised. That's how I feel about Iron Man as well. I think where they did gone wrong is in the marketing themselves. If they just said we're making Iron Man game and it's gonna be on a bigger side, that would be super nice. I don't know why they went and said it's AAA release, because to me it's definitely not. AAA release, you've got your like Resident Evil 7, I don't know. That's like massive game, AAA, that's how I would look like it. But anyway, I know a lot of people enjoying Iron Man VR as well, so it's kind of delivered. Maybe it's not what everyone wanted, but it's definitely good enough to sell well, and maybe there is a lot of things they can improve on in sequel. Also, they said they have to cut out a lot of stuff from the game, so maybe that's gonna happen in the future, whatever they cut out. We shall see. Okay, moving on to the next story. And it's time to talk a bit about Walking Dead Onslaught again. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember now, but you know, not in the faraway past, I spoke about it. What's happening is the game on Steam used to be listed as single player and multiplayer with co-op. Then the Steam listings changed to single player only. And now we've got official confirmation, the developers saying, yes, we cut out totally co-op, there is no multiplayer aspect to this game at all. So, Talking about Upload VR, they did interview with them as well, so I'm gonna link that one in the description as well. But long story cut short, they've been working on the game, they've been adding new features, adding new stuff, and kind of co-op kept being pushed to side, and eventually there was just no room for co-op. And of course, Saints and Sinners itself, the release of this game plays to this, because of course they saw that the bar has risen, so they have to, you know, just, I'm assuming, outperform Saints and Sinners, make better game. They're gonna release probably close together, because Onslaught is still scheduled for this year. All of you who wanted co-op, I know it's a sad news, but also what I know, when it comes to multiplayer games in VR, they don't live for that long, and Survios might know that as well. I'm saying about it, they probably got the data. When I first spoke about the Onslaught being single player, I said probably they looked at the data, noticed that everyone plays Creed pretty much single player, nobody can find the match. Same goes for Battle Wake and their other multiplayer games, so I think they just concentrated all the resources on single player. But this game, it's gonna be a bit different than Saints and Sinners, because instead happening in this comic book universe, it's gonna happening in the TV series universe, and of course you'll be able to play as the cast of the TV series people, like your Norman Reedus and everyone else. So at least that's gonna be nice. The voice actors from TV series gonna be voicing the characters for this game as well. Now, Survios used to make very nice arcade experiences. It looks like they kind of stepping away from this, and it sounds like Saints and Sinners is gonna be their biggest release up to date. So it looks like they pumping all the resources into it, and this is a developer I can trust, because I know they know how to make good games with good graphics. So I'm assuming, even though many people might be a bit disappointed with no co-op, a lot of people will be happy that they're gonna deliver proper good story, an original story, but happening within the TV series universe. So, regarding the release date, like I said, there is none yet, but they said they scheduling it for this year at some point. We don't know, we have to wait. My best guess is it will be somewhere towards the end of the year. They said they're gonna be revealing the new gameplay very soon. There is some gameplay on YouTube. I'm assuming that is totally outdated now and the game totally changed. Actually, they kind of confirming it in interview that many people did change since you first saw the game. So it looks like we are up for a treat, but sadly without the multiplayer. Okay, and next story I want to talk about is Firmament from Cyan Interactive. All of you fans of Abduction and Myst, you know this studio very well. They always delivering those mind-bending puzzle games. It makes your brain fry, but also with a nice original story and nice world building, and Firmament is their latest offering. It was funded by Kickstarter. I think they managed to get like $1.5 million. But what the developers announced lately, they said, listen people, the game getting delayed. It's not gonna happen this year, and it's not even probably gonna happen next year. They delaying it pretty much to 2022. So quite far away. The delay is not caused by any technical issues or out. What they said is they making the game bigger because they pulled very nice rich world, so they want to include everything in this game. What they want to don't want to cut out anything. So the thing is now we probably won't see it on PS4. I highly doubt it that in 2022 they be releasing PS4 game, but we probably gonna see it on PlayStation 5 VR, so at least it's gonna look super nice. If you like Abduction, you know the PSVR version had some struggles when it first dropped the patch. It was very blurry, like too blurry for anyone likings. And then they managed to release update, which made things a lot better and a lot sharper. Still no full locomotion or anything, but with Firmament, what they saying is we making sure that we working with PSVR support in mind as well, because Abduction VR released first on PC and then they ported it, and that's the totally wrong way to go around it. You have to have PSVR in mind when you designing VR game for multi-platform VR. So they're gonna do that now. They said don't worry, you'll be fine. And with PlayStation 5 extra power, it's probably gonna be just smooth sailing. So all they doing is making this game much bigger than they wanted. So I'm assuming we all up for a treat when it releases eventually in like over 2 years time. Anyway, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.